Secondly, we are the unforgotten. We are immortal.
You've come to slay a beast, but you face fire made flesh.
Just shut up and die already.
Veshumirix claims to have seen this battle in all of its possible outcomes. But if that were true, he would not have asked me to join him, for he would know that I cannot accept, and why we must be victorious. If we fail, the world itself will burn.
I have foreseen this conflict, little ones.
When this began, I was just flirting with death. Now I am committed to her. I will see it through to its end, for her, for Balgora, and for myself.
Every feint, deceit, defiant charge, and twist of fate. Why must you mortals delude yourselves with thoughts of triumph?
Veshumirix, you have made two mistakes. Firstly, fate is under my command. Secondly, we are the unforgotten. We are immortal.
You've come to slay a beast, but you will face fire made flesh.
Just shut up and die already.
Veshumirix claims to have seen this battle in all of its possible outcomes. But if that were true, he would not have asked me to join him, for he would know that I cannot accept, and why we must be victorious. If we fail, the world itself will burn.
Hello, and welcome to Penny for a Tale. Tonight, we are playing the 50th episode of our Pathfinder adventure path. It's been over a year, but we're finally here. We're on the cusp, the very end of Book 4 of the Age of Ashes adventure path. This is the final act of Book 4, Fires of a Haunted City. But before we get into sponsors for tonight, let's reintroduce our cast, starting with Danny.
Hi guys, Daniel. I'm playing Sailix tonight. It is my birthday, and so whether I die or not, the dragon dies, and we do this giveaway.
It's a bottle of water.
I'll be drinking as toast. So let's get this underway.
Yeah, and James.
Hi, y'all. I'm James. I will be playing Waldorf Skysteel, the Dwarven Cleric, tonight. I've been propositioned by the dragon to join his side, so we'll see how that goes. Wouldn't be the first time I've betrayed this group.
Still hopeful. It can happen. Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. tonight I will be playing the Vesperin, who is currently doing, sneaky, stealthy, secret agent Metal Gear stuff. And I appropriately will be drinking the Angry Dragon IPA.
For an angry dragon. Sam.
Hello, this is Sam. Tonight I will be playing Aghi as well as maybe briefly Poppy. We'll see how that goes. And not drinking tonight except for water, so make sure you guys stay hydrated. And it's gonna be good.
Last but not least, Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I'll be playing Rune Ravenswood this evening. A wizard and very scared wizard at that. Thank you. Happy birthday.
All right.
Daniel.
Yes, happy birthday, dear Sailor. I won't kill anyone. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say except for happy birthday. Yes. But I do want to let you know the show is sponsored by Smiteworks. If you've been watching it before, you know we've been using it since the very beginning. It's been a year, and it will be another year before we wrap. Fantasy Grounds Unity is exceptional. We start with Fantasy Grounds. We use Fantasy Grounds Unity. It's only gotten better. I will say that it is my absolute favorite virtual tabletop. If you're looking to use a virtual tabletop, go to fantasygrounds.com. Secondly, we are sponsored by The Only Sheet, which is an Excel-based character management tool. If you're looking to play in a party off of a virtual tabletop or off of a stream in person, you can absolutely check them out if you like Excel. I think it requires Microsoft Excel, but it's a one-time purchase, and it's absolutely fantastic. It will automate everything you need. Our music tonight is Michael Guelphy and Rock Narden. You can find links to their stuff, their Spotify and their YouTube, both in the show notes. And then our maps tonight are provided by Chain Piku, as well as Seaford Games on Patreon. If you're looking for some maps for your printed or virtual tabletops, I could not recommend them highly enough. They have hundreds of maps between the two of them, so you should check them out. There are links in the show notes as well. And then if you've heard about a giveaway, it's because there's a giveaway. Exclamation, no spaces, kill the dragon. You'll probably see it in chat. Just follow it. The very moment that our friendly dragon reaches an HP of 0, we will let the body fall and begin the giveaway. 5 deposit, we can rejoice, and we can drink. In addition, I will say every time somebody, and this includes me, rolls a natural 20, I will be consuming the bile of the magma dragon, only for my own suffering and partial excitement. But I want you to know, these are not amateur. And I think it's been a long time coming for my players. I kind of deserve it, is what I would say. But let's talk about that dragon. Let's bring it in, because where we left off, it was a cruel place. You're approaching the steps. You were led to a pool of magma where you met this dragon, and Veshumirix seemed, really to just allow you to approach a massive throne of stone, beside him a pile of gold. Crawling up a rock wall through a natural magma tunnel, he sort of led you here, but you have time. He's not looking to harm anybody, not yet. And he waits. So my question is, what do you do?
Weep for my soul.
I was like, all right.
And
Last?
look at me disapprovingly.
Yeah. Actually, I guess that's an interesting place to start. Aghi's a clear setter. And with it, that darkening of Sailix again, that maybe it's just his mood, maybe it's something metaphysical again, but of course, like it's been doing lately, magic has transported people to your side. For better or worse, Aghi's here, and that makes the 6 of you against this dragon. Who waits on the throne.
I think Waldorf would actually step forward and bow and address Veshumirix directly. Mighty Veshumirix, fire made flesh. You have invited us here for a fair fight, but how can a fight be fair against one so mighty as you? We would have to bring an army with us for this fight to be fair. I'm totally kissing his ass, just a little bit.
One arm moves from the throne and just laying gently on the stone in front. It's weird for a dragon to sit on the throne because it's more like a broken nest. Quadrupedal. It sort of spills out slowly to observe you. Counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. One of me.
But truly one as mighty as you. We are but mere mortals. You have been trapped down here for longer than most of us have been alive. Is that why you are so enraged at those that walk above you? Has Droska sent you here to suffer?
You'll speak not of Droska.
I am intimately acquainted with his particular brand of worship, shall we say, and I've seen his handiwork in the path that we took to reach you. Do you suffer under him as well?
You tell me now. If you lot are mortal, well then now do you flee? And he looks behind you. Rune Ravenswood, the young wizard. He's near his sister, casting a spell in ancient dwarven language some of you know.
This fight is not hers.
Rune, what are you doing?
As Rune begins to complete the spell, the flapping of wings can be heard, and he looks to Poppy. You, among all of us, need to be safe. As he teleports her away.
For the briefest of moments, like she opens her mouth to shout no, but it's completely cut off as she disappears in that sort of falling of feathers.
I will not allow the Veshumirix to end the Ravenswood line tonight, that's for sure.
The Ravenswood. Fine. He reaches out a hand reflexively as the portal pulls her in. And with his own incantation, Ancient Dragon, that's ancient to the ancient dwarves, the portal refuses to shut for a moment as it resists it. It's a fight you don't think he could win over time, but he's quite mad at it. So he allows the portal itself open, expending his magical energies. Poppy, you might have a chance to spring through if you would like. If you feel something here. But you feel it will show.
Oh God, we're gonna kill her. She doesn't go towards the portal, but doesn't move in any sort of way. She's sort of stuck in this limbo.
Wait. I've seen you.
I get that
He
a
looks
lot.
at you. Do you? It's been some time. He moves close. It's been some time. What are you? And he looks at you, wizard.
Well, day or night, whatever this is, I am likely your death.
What claim do you have?
Claim.
Archmage. Immortal.
All of the above.
Someone calls to you. Do you feel it? This pain.
Rune's looking at him quizzically.
The Triad would have you all dead. I've seen it.
All save me, eh?
Well, not all of
The
you.
question is, what do they want from you?
And what do you want from me?
Zagorak is fit for 2 thrones. He looks at you, Waldorf.
I don't understand. I sit on no throne. This isn't even my city. I've never been here before until they brought me here. Ensorcelled, bespelled. I was no one. I was nothing. I don't understand. Why? Why me? I was a boy. A smith to be sure, but no, I'm no king. I'm no general. Why me?
close will you let him get?
I'll stay on my ground.
You'll stand your ground. Well, not for the sake of...
I mean, if he wants to get in melee range, he's more than welcome to.
and he certainly will. He'll get to breathing down your neck real close. You.
Like gritting my teeth from the heat.
You're singed by the exhale. You're made to be broken.
I've been broken and reforged 100 times. You'll have to do better than that.
What was it then that broke my domination?
Pain. True pain. Honestly, I don't know. Perhaps your will just wasn't as strong as you thought it was. Perhaps Droskar has a different plan. Perhaps it was fate or one of the other gods. Honestly, I have no idea. Nor do I care at this point in time. I have no home. I have no family save this lot. I can never go home again. Not after the things that I've been made to do.
And he sort of like a snake, turned the head to observe Rune, Sailix, and Aghi. What are you three doing right now?
Sailix has been ignoring the dragon, staring at Aghi.
Yeah. What about you, Aghi?
I feel like Aghi has like finally stood up. When she was brought here, she was kind of on her knees, and her eyes are just on the dragon, and she'll start to walk forward.
Your will is strong. But are we here to discuss weak wills? And he turns to look behind you to Sailix and Aghi.
Weak wills. So I feel like Aghi would not, would just keep walking towards him, not even looking at Sailix. Like, her vision is just set on this dragon right now.
Rune is, given that Poppy still remains, if I caught that correctly.
So the portal is still open. Doesn't seem Poppy stepping through it. Yeah, but the portal is open beside you.
All right. He'll be looking at Poppy, silently begging her not to come through it.
Poppy, what would you do? Actually, strangely enough, I see a shifting. Your portal starts to break at the seams, tearing. As if you can imagine two rings on the exit point and the re-entry through reality, and it's really just lining them up. That's how you open the aperture. But they're starting to shift and lose alignment. You're getting a strange sort of ellipsoid, and the stability is troubling.
So just like with these wide eyes, Poppy will look over at Rune. Are you sure you want me to go through that and leave you behind?
I'll be fine. I need you to be safe.
You're in Ravenswood, you're my family. I can't just abandon you.
Aristil and Nethys keep me safe. I have to keep you safe. Whatever happens here, you helped us. There's no doubt about that. You did your part. There are others that will need you. Not me.
I can't lose you again. Oh.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
won't.
Poppy's eyes are just brimming with tears.
I'm Rune Ravenswood.
Promise me you'll come back.
Every time, I will come back. I'm a wizard. I'm like a bad copper. I always pop up.
Okay.
So as
she'll step through.
As they're talking, Sailix will kind of look from Aghi to Rune and Poppy. And for a moment, like, seeing them both, like, his face has this profound sadness that sets into it. As he unsheaths Leviathan, and it snaps outward, but instead of the initial lance that it usually snaps into, it extends further, and the blade curves forward into a scythe. As he kind of starts walking toward the Veshumirix.
Is Sailix right next to Aghi?
I imagine you're both side to side in this, yeah? To approach, yeah?
Yeah, Aghi will sort of glance over at Sailix, but not look at his face. It almost seems like she's kind of looking past him. And just very deadpan in her face. She'll say, "Thank you, Zestrix."
Sorry.
And then continue towards
what was that?
the dragon.
Out of character? Like, what the fuck was that?
So when she says that, Sailix like gets that stunned look on his face. And then, like, the sound of his teeth grinding so loud that it's probably going to break the tooth, like, can be heard going throughout the cavern.
All right. Scout is going to look over.
I'm sorry, I heard my name. What was that?
What? What was that?
So while the next interaction is going on, Rune walks over to the portal as it's I'm guessing it's sort of dissipating, but as I recall, you described it sort of splitting a little bit, coming apart at the seams. Holding a hand out in Sailix's direction, a little chip of crystal comes off of one of Sailix's protrusions. He will watch Poppy sort of fade away, smiling, but pulling a memory of someone who may actually need to be here to help us. He'll grab at the seam of this splitting portal, his hand holding up the crystal, and start to trace the crystal around that duplicate portal that's there, that mirror image, the echo. Close the one that Poppy was in, allowing it to fully dissipate, but holding on to the other portal.
It starts to tear and shift. And through it, you hear her voice. It's sort of recognizable. It's that low hum that comes from the floor again. You remember it from your dreams, but mostly from your nightmares. It can be known, Rune. This, too, can be known. Then you hear a voice again, a different one, chiming in over it. It's you. Not to be forgotten. And with this, we build our army. The Unforgotten. It shifts, and on the other side, stepping out, four legs, a ward some of you would recognize. Sailix, it's Aldonis. A whole 6 years later. Let's introduce. Pouncing.
It's about time, wizard.
Wow. Describe what Aldonis looks like now.
So Aldonis comes through, black fur, a little grayer in the snout, a bald scar in the middle of his forehead. One paw is replaced with some kind of ethereal wooden false one. And, he's a bit bigger, fuller, matches the size of his paws finally. And looking at the dragon, looking at his friends.
Importantly,
Well,
Sailix
this is
is
not
there.
what I expected.
Aldonis, Sailix looks quite different.
He looks plagued.
Crystals grow from his face, the shape making a horn out of his skull and then studded along his cheek like he had been blasted somehow, as if they were embedded. But you can see them growing out. His wings are gone, replaced by a bony metal structure. His weapon is fearsome, and he just seems broken. You know why you were called here, and you know what's happened up until now. You've had some strange vision, a moment in timelessness to be briefed on what happened, and through the memories, and simply your inability to forget about these people, you were given a chance to help them in need.
So I will shift into human form and approach Sailix. I know it's not the time, but I'm here for you.
How much has Aldonis grown, does it seem, in these 6 years?
As far as in human form, he is about 6.5 feet tall. His hair is longer. You know, about how long it was when Sailix first showed up, before he chopped it all off. Graying at the temples. You know, he's old for a ward, but not as old as his sire was when we all dispatched him. So yeah, it's looks a little worn, has seen his own adventures, but he's here for his father.
Sailix will he'll kind of like cup the side of Aldonis' head, and just with a still looking super sad. He'll grown into better than anything that I could have hoped. And then with like a light slap, we have work to do.
We do.
Well, who then? 5. Is that all? This is it. All you have to muster.
Veshumirix, standing before you are the Unforgotten. This is all that's needed. So, you can kneel before us and surrender. Or we can go through the motions and allow you to think you're winning before we smite you.
Smite me. Smite me. What I'm asking now. Who's first? I'll be kind. One at a time. What would you choose, dwarf?
Oh.
Aldonis gives a slight nod of understanding to Rune, and moves away from Sailix to spread out a little bit.
You son of a dragon. I'm not some beast to be slain.
No.
Besides,
You don't know.
look out. You notice a sort of a sea of gugs and undead and beasts moving in slowly from far off. I control them. You must understand what. Suddenly there's a brightening along his head. He has sort of shaped like a butterfly plate, something nailed down and with rivets down his face, or his head rather. And it begins suddenly to crack and warp, and reaching out you see pillars of steam suddenly rising. With a shriek, the crown begins to snap and peel back over his face. The invisibility lifts the Vesperin, pulling him free of his crown. He screams with a shriek that is otherworldly. It is reckoning. It is a small apocalypse. for it, we are at the top of initiative with the Vesperin on the combat of the night, but I'm first going to need will saves. For anyone that would need to make a will save versus a fear effect, I believe it's everyone.
Okay.
I'll make it.
Take that shot, Ian!
Alright. So this will be the natural 20 of the night. Okay, so we can find out this was a bad idea. It's been 0 rounds. Did anyone else? Okay, I have to check.
Oh, fuck!
It's not until tomorrow. You guys really killed the dragon.
We're literally turning him into a dragon right now.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, you ready for this? Okay, Vespa, you were frightened 0 with your success. What else do we have?
So he has to make a will save because when we rolled initiative, Leviathan let off a roar.
Ooh, okay. Excellent. Well, that brings us to... It's an incredibly high DC. A failure is considered good. Fortunately, nobody critically failed their save, except... Actually, wait. 1, 2... So, Vespa, you succeeded. Aldon's... Did Aldon's get a natural 20? Okay. Number 2. I didn't see it.
If I had a tail, I'd be wagging it right now.
I'm in danger. Alright. 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 Aghi, you failed. And that's...
Oh god!
You would spend a hero point.
Yeah. I'll spend a hero point. Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh god. Oh
Then
god.
another one!
Spend that hero point. Spend another
Then
hero
another one!
So we're gonna need some hero points in the chat. The ceiling is high. Do deliver.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez, are you kidding me?
Oh my
I will
god.
donate a hero point. This is ridiculous.
Chat, help me.
Somebody run.
So
Oh,
it's
yes,
Jack,
that one.
remember that you can assign
I
hero
got a
points
hero
to the
point.
party.
I got one.
You got one, yeah.
Thank you, BB. Right.
BB's the hero we all need.
Yeah.
Reroll it.
Fingers crossed.
Are you what?
What?
Look,
Change the dice color! Change the dice
Oh
color
my
before it's too late!
god.
Green is cursed!
Green is
Are
fun. How do you
you
change
God?
dice color again?
What
Fucking
in the
serious.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuck!
Alright.
I'm getting them
Damn
all
it.
out of the way at the beginning. I can't even
Alright.
remember how to change dice color.
It's the little palette up in the right hand corner.
Like a
Yes,
crit fail
Katie
cannot be
K,
good in this
do it.
instance.
No.
A critical fail on that is
It's bad.
Sounds real bad.
It-
It's
It is
super
bad. But its frightful presence, it would be quite bad. So, do we redeem
Sarah,
the
can I
mean-
get one more hero point? By the way, a hero point is an extra entry into the giveaway.
Oh yeah,
A
that's
hero
true.
point Yes, it increases you to 2 entries.
Well,
Time.
we got another one.
I got another one, huh?
Yay!
All right.
Everyone's gonna use their hero points
Oh my
right
God.
now.
Let's roll it.
We're just using them all up.
Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're in the right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
It took
okay,
4
guys.
tries.
It's
Oh god.
Six.
Oh my God.
Tip the scales here. Well, you're all
Aghi,
fine.
never. Do not roll like that again.
The resonation
His
between
rule.
his energy and Sailix's blade, the wicked Leviathan, and they kind of bring out the rest of you, varying degrees of success. You're unaffected. And Vesperin, before he has a chance really to thrash around, what do you do?
I would like to put the crown on and tell the undead to attack the dragon.
Now you must continue to remove the half-peeled
Okay.
crown.
Okay.
It's the size of I don't know, maybe a large kite to you. You're unsure
Okay.
what really to do with it here, or what the contingency is if he gets you before you manage to peel this thing off. We have 3 actions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to, let's see. Is there a way to hit it, like, while attacking him at the same time?
The way to remove this is by successfully attacking. Through,
Attacking the crown or attacking Veshumirix?
Veshumirix. It will be
Okay.
as hard to remove the
Then-
crown as it will be to successfully hit him.
Alright, then, yeah, let's try to do that. Okay, is the flanking, auto-applied, or do I add that?
It is not auto-applied, so you would add that modifier.
Okay. So, and that's 2?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm scared, guys. I'm really scared.
Flanking, yeah.
Yeah!
That's a hit. Damage. I will.
So I do a lot of damage.
Well, so you've attacked with this frost vial or with Valgora?
With Balgora.
Got it. Yes. So,
Okay.
right off the bat down the list, we have Valgora, we have Lead Effect, we have.
Sneak attack.
I'll fix that. We have a Sneak Attack.
You have plus
Debilitating
2d6 for debilitations.
There it is. Number
Plus
one,
assassinate.
plus Assassinate, which comes out to
6d6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright.
Plus he has to make a fortitude save because of the poison.
Or die immediately.
Excellent.
Well, I mean, he has to make the fortitude save for assassinate too, but I don't think he can critically fail. So.
One is a critical fail.
He can. Oh, well. That bonus. A nat 18 passes
Okay.
for him, and then a nat 12 on the other one
Okay.
will also pass. You have 2 actions. What do you do?
Okay.
Like an egg, and magma is spilling down over his eyes. He's furious.
Can I pry the crown off?
It's removed.
Huh?
It takes 1 action and it's gone. It's been loosened. You
Okay.
can remove it in 1 action.
I'm removing it.
He lets out a groan of agony like he had swallowed 2 small bottles of hot sauce. And suddenly, you're holding this massive piece of metal. It's adorned, it's fine jewelry, silver and iron materials from really all over. It's kind of ugly now that you're looking at it like this, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
It's just stuck there.
Okay. Then I guess my next action is to get away from immediate retaliation. Like if I can do, I think it's what, deception to attempt the, huh?
You're trying to sneak away?
I am trying to get out of where I am to not be immediately murdered.
Yes.
Okay.
It would be an acrobatic check to avoid an attack of opportunity. You're not sure if you buy those.
Okay. Before, well, no, cause let's see. All right. Yeah. So acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay. So I feel like before she does try to dodge away, she would say, you did control the undead.
That's what I'm trolling. Gotta get that last one jab in.
He doesn't attack you.
Since we didn't bring an army with us, we'll just borrow yours.
Now it's Veshumirix's turn.
Oh god.
Oh shit. Where are my reactions at?
He makes a spin. It's third chance. Meditative. He doesn't know who gets to die first. Sort of spins, but his eyes lock on Aghi, trailing, unbreakable. You.
Ready to die.
He makes an athletics check. 45 beats your DC in a grab. Suddenly he has you in a hole, and in a fury, he lifts you up. Is this what you value? As he looks at Sailix. Feats rise. Strike me in the crusher. And he'll attempt to fly up. Sailix, do you make that attack of opportunity? You have it as well.
Fuck you, Ian.
Has he harmed Aghi or just grappled her?
It's just a grab. You just picked up. Sailix, you very much could make an attack of opportunity here with flanking bonus from Waldorf. He is distracted. He's also, well, he's not flat-footed anymore, but...
No, so it's what.
Alright. Rune.
How's everybody doing? Are we fucked yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Absolutely.
All right, so Rune, watching the crown get removed. Thank you, Vesperin. Always a lifesaver at the end there. Yep. And watching Aghi get picked up, his one eye just sort of thins a bit as he moves closer.
You move
That'll do
in.
it right there. Yep,
Yeah.
he has to get that close. So while he was moving, he was casting a spell, and particularly Dorf, as he gets right up behind Dorf, Dorf can sort of feel his nerves begin to sort of twitch and tingle as smell of ozone and electricity just kind of in the air. Rune finishes casting and slams his staff to the ground as from the top of the staff, 5 ravens, all in this sort of electric arcing power, just sort of shoot out and slam into each of his compatriots. All of you have haste.
Yes.
Excellent.
Haste grants you
What exactly does that mean?
1 extra action that can either be used for a movement or a strike.
Huh.
If you have something that already grants haste, it does not stack.
Right.
You have a
Sky
quick
Steel.
condition, FYI.
Do you have the ability to fly? This dragon's made it up a long way, though. It would take a long time to catch up.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah. It's your turn. Veshumirix is 200 feet in the air now.
What? God damn it.
Circling above.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll go with my original plan, and I'll cast Divine Vessel, which makes me large and lets me fly. And I'll take off, and I'll use all of my movement to kind of shoot up into the air, and taunt him as I go.
Yeah, what do you say?
Come back down here and fight, you coward! I've called him a coward before, and he's denied it. And now look what he does. Picks up a lady and flies up into the air. You give real dragons a bad name.
Oh.
Come and get me, boy.
He stopped said you say that. Truly. As you're halfway up. Between the ground and him. Just floating in the center. On your way up. And he stopped. This massive.
I haven't even drawn my weapon yet, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I've got my arms out wide.
You're on the ground. Vespa, Sailix, and Rune. They all look exactly how you remember them. But you're all grown up.
Well,
What do you do?
time changes. But I will shift back into warg form, plant my my paws on the ground and claw the ground, and my fur glistens with this radiant pulse that those who are familiar with me knows is vital beacon. So, if you get hurt, come touch me. I don't say that out loud, but Sailix and Vespa and Rune have all seen this before.
Yeah.
So.
You might need it soon.
Yeah, just a bit. And let's see here.
Rune will share over
able to
the
get-
telepathic bond, the ability, so everyone knows.
Yeah. Am I able to get to Vespa from where I'm at with a 40-foot speed?
Yeah, quite easily.
Okay.
Yep.
So
No problem at all.
I get to Vesperin and say, hold a moment, I'll help you. And cast yeah, and I cast guidance on her. So see if I remember how to do these controls.
Yeah, and while you do that, Aghi, you're 200 feet off the ground. The dragon, he holds you rather gently. You're not even bleeding in the grip, but you rise up, and it starts to feel a bit hot, actually. But this magma dragon takes you further and further up. You see down below Waldorf, called out, not even a real dragon, and he stops when he says that. And he turns down. What do you do for your actions? Remember, you're telepathically communicating with the rest of the party here. But, regardless, what do you do?
I feel like seeing that Veshumirix responded to this taunt by Waldorf, she will look up at Veshumirix, just sort of tilt her head to the side. So you are too afraid to fight all of them then? Those little creatures down there. Is it because you know you're gonna die?
Shall I let you pick who it is to take with you? A finger on the 4-pound hand loosens. Pinky first. Held straight out. You're gripped by 3 digits. But you do still have 2 actions. You choose to do something.
So his group grip is loose. Can she attempt to reverse the grapple by kicking one of her legs up to try and just loosen it even further?
You make an athletics check for me.
You said it with the way. The way my rolls. Not.
It's not the worst, honestly.
I know. At least it's a double digit. So.
Better than average.
Better than average.
$36 does not succeed. You have an action left. Oh. He doesn't make a tighter.
She is
He
hasted.
loosened another.
Oh, she's tasted.
Oh, yeah. 2 fingers now. too lifted. A short grip. You're high off the ground. I mean, maybe Dwarf could catch you.
Yeah, she just deadpan looks at him, smiles, and says, "Drop me then."
Well, for that as your third action, we will see how he responds in turn. But Sailix, you hear that and it's your turn. What do you do?
Sailix flying.
Flying up. What's your speed?
Speed of 35, and I have a boost of haste, and I'm hasted, so I can technically move 5 times.
Do they stack?
Well, boots of haste are like it gives me an extra movement, and the boots of quickening give me an extra movement, and then haste gives me an extra action or movement because that's being magically hasted.
Right.
The
I think
two do not stack.
Oh, okay.
But with 4 actions, that's 140 feet up. That gives you 60 feet between yourself and Aghi. Darting up, passing Waldorf. This battle suddenly seems taken to the sky, right? Do you say anything to him?
As I pass him?
No. Be sure, but to Veshumirix.
Right. Did I say anything to Veshumirix? No, I'm out of witty one-liners right now.
Rune, you notice approaching you. The forge spurned, dragging along its massive hammer, pulling behind it a shield larger than your own body. Its tip pointed, it is dragging along, leaving a trail of sparks. It's looking at you with death in its eyes. Pure vengeance, it moves towards you. Make a reflex save as it reaches you. It steps until it's inches from your face and just flinches at you. Before stepping, between you and Veshumirix, you notice its eyes have turned. There's something milky swirling within it. It stands a shadow from the light that Veshumirix casts from its glowing heart, protecting you. From a little divot in its shield, you do see Aldonis in the Vesperin. He's wearing something like a crown. Vespa, it's your turn. What do you do?
Wait, so... Hey, God. So the thing is wearing a crown?
You are wearing a crown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so do I feel, control of the undead? I guess is my question.
Yeah, but you certainly took advantage of the fact that this thing sort of followed your mental command there for a second. To the surprise of Rune, probably, as you faked him out for a moment. But you told it where to go, and it went there. If this crown does what you think it does, it might do just that. It sort of pulsates with necrotic energy, though. You have 3 actions. That'll
Okay.
describe it.
Remember,
well, I guess
you have
my
guidance,
first...
so if you attack, you get a +1.
Okay. I guess my first question is, can I strike at Balgora from where I am? Or strike at the dragon with Balgora from where I am?
No. It's too far.
Okay. Okay. Then, let's see. If I can move somewhere to get behind cover, and, so we're, like, she would nod gratefully to Aldonis and then just sort of gesture him back towards the fight or whatever, so we're not super clustered.
Yeah.
Awesome. I will use my actions to command the undead to murder the dragon. So if there's are the Gugs undead, or are they their own thing?
Seem to continue to move in. There's a speed to this. It's sort of a pulsing sensation. It hurts you. As it rings out, it feels like waves of migraine moving in and out as you make these commands. There's some dark magic at play here. I imagine you might be hesitant to even use it, but it's enough for now that it's manageable.
Mm-hmm.
The other undead, they did stop when the crown was removed. But some of these aberrations, they continue to move forward towards this island. Turning a corner, the easiest cover is the massive throne. And you realize you could scale it if you would like. It's about almost 50 feet up at the top of this thing. It will give you a chance to get some height here, depending on how this battle goes.
Yeah. Then I will also do that, since I am hasted. Or hastened? I don't know what the...
Quickened.
Yeah!
Veshumirix looks down. Waldorf and Sailix attempting to rush to her. You thought I'd drop her. Have you seen how the dragons kill their young? We survive falls. Seldom do we survive being dashed against a rock. He'll move to the massive stone slab to the side with Aghi, and with a whip of his hand, throws her towards the stone. She's quickly swallowed by it, pulled in a snap. No shatter, no impact. And not what you saw with Will, but vanishing. Spatter of inky black magic. So He reappears on the ground. Step of the shadows, you can smell it by now. You've seen it so many times with Sailix. About 150 feet travel in just one step for shadow. The dragon sniffs. Furious. Absolutely furious. He turns to the nearest enemy. The rage is just too much for him now. Far too much. He charges.
Did Aghi just draw some shadow magic?
It was a shadow step, wasn't it?
It was.
Kind of interesting. And Veshumirix charges directly towards Waldorf. Down and across. Rune. It's your turn.
So Rune is staring at now a mindless undead thing that doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. Is that about right?
Yeah, swirling. It's like a little whirlpool in its eyes. But it was standing there, sort of shielding you in the event of an attack of fire. You know this thing's immune to magma.
All right, then. I guess that's Good start. Where is our favorite dragon?
Hurtling towards me.
He is about 100 feet off the ground. 10 feet above.
Okay. About how far away?
Roughly 100 feet.
Roughly 100 feet? All right.
Roughly 100 feet.
All right, Ruin's gonna attempt something. I'm not sure if it'll work properly, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this goes. So he is going to let his staff go as it sort of floats there. His hands and fingers begin waggling, as it were, forming arcane symbols in the air. As sort of ethereal-looking tendrils begin to sort of snap up towards the cavern above where the dragon's going, as he's going to use telekinetic call to pull at the roof of the cavern and attempt to pull down the rock on top of the dragon as it flies underneath.
All right.
So you have visually everyone, whoever's on the ground just sees Runes reaching up, and there are just these long, arcane, bluish tendrils just reaching out from his hands, grasping at chunks of the ceiling of this cavern, and he just begins sort of pulling at it.
They rip away. It's a rain. You have an opportunity here. You can do enough to give him a chance. He might get away. He might be unscathed. But you feel a breaking, a cracking. You can absolutely create a downpour here. The problem, Sailix is safe. Aghi, Waldorf, and Aldonis, not so much. You could hurt him, but...
So, Rune's real goal is to ground him.
Okay. Yeah.
The hope is to just bring it down to a level playing field.
With the bat of its wings, it drops by 30 feet in order to combat it, but it's not grounded. It negates it in a clever spin, but now instead it must look up to Waldorf. No longer does it have the high ground here and flight. Sailix, you can make a descent on him as well. I believe you have 2 actions left, right?
Actually, no, it'd just be 1 after that. So he'll, probably doesn't want to be near Dorf. No offense, Dorf. If the dragon's coming, so we're going to do that.
All right. Smart of you. Sky Steel.
Yes.
You were right on
This
this
is what
thing,
I'm
but then it
waiting
fell.
for.
You're a move action away.
Is it close
both
enough for me
flight.
to get to it?
Oh yeah, within an action. You've got 1 action, and then you've got 3 actions because you're quickened.
So, I'm going to use my move that 1 movement to get to him, and I'm going to take advantage of my Titan Wrestler feat, and I'm going to grapple the dragon.
In long space. All right. Well, we're going to make an athletics check. I'll make it for you. If I roll a 20, I'm going to try. Lot. $37 beats no DC. 30. Oh, so close.
Can I hero point that?
You absolutely
Actually, can I just use another action to try and grapple him around the neck and kind of wrench his head to the side?
Yeah. Make another attempt here.
Here, let me roll. Oh, okay. You got it.
Wait, does Divine Vessel increase your strength? If it does, you're quite close.
No, it does not.
All right.
It gives me 40 temporary hit points, a fly speed equal to my speed, weakness 10 to evil, plus 1 status bonus to saves against spells, dark vision, and some melee stuff, but no increase to strength.
2 actions left. Both attempts unsuccessful. Wait! You got a 16 on your second roll, it's grapple.
Okay.
He is grappled.
Then I am in his ear with arms wrapped around his neck, hauling backwards like a Greco-Roman wrestler. And taunting him in his ear. Did exactly what I wanted you to do, you stupid, stupid worm.
Say it again. You're dead.
I'm gonna punch him in the face. My fist attacks deal 2d8 damage.
Yeah.
Beat him. Beat him like a bitch.
And I'm gonna try and so would that be my last action, correct? Because 1 to move, 2 grapples, and then 1 strike.
1 grapple, 1 strike. Yep. And
okay.
At your
melee attack against.
I'll roll it for you. 3 is a miss.
Bummer. And I'm trying to pull him towards the ground.
Yeah. Aldonis.
Well, Waldorf just gave me a great opening. So I'm gonna run up to this dragon and chomp on it with my holy jaws.
Veshumirix is still quite high off the ground.
Oh, is he? I thought he was off the ground. Never mind then. Or on the ground.
No,
we're still aloft.
Boo.
Prepare though.
How high off the ground? How high is he off the ground?
I want to say just under 100 feet, about 60 feet off.
Okay, well then I can't do that.
You can prepare a strike if you think you'll be grounded. To meet him with your jaws.
Yeah, I will get in position, and if he's grounded, I will prepare to chomp on him with the Kirchana's jaws that will look epic when I can actually do it.
Aghi emerged from that black pool. Not before speaking to Sailix, though. But it doesn't matter because that's not why you're here. You're here to fight this dragon, to protect your friends. It doesn't matter what Zestrix said to you or what you need to do now. What matters is that this thing needs to die. You can't fly. What do you do?
No, she cannot fly. Yeah, so stepping out of the shadows, she looks down and sees the shadow cast by Sailix's wings there in the darkness, and she will step towards them, like this dark energy coming around her hand, and almost like rip Sailix's shadow away. And just say, Zestrix, it's time to help. She's doing Will of the Wisp. If I can, I'm gonna hero point that. And that was actually the wrong dice. Hold on, let me click it right.
Attack. Yeah.
Oh, I attacked Waldorf.
Hey.
34. A 34
That's
won't. However, yeah, if you do hero point, I'll re-roll it
Did
for
I
you.
even roll? Thanks. I like him using my dice roll. That's because I'm rolled up.
Yeah. Doesn't hit.
Oh my god. And I doubt my second would hit.
Oh. Swirled around. Are you using another hero point? You can.
Do I have one?
Oh no, I don't think you do. You used them on the
don't.
save.
I used a lot
It
on that
fizzled.
save. Yeah, she doesn't quite know how to use
Already
this magic yet.
hovering out. It sort of just swirls about curiously, staring. It has personality to it. This thing that you summoned in your rage, infinite fury. But this thing's calm. It's just sort of watching things unfold, apathetic. Sailix. In total, you're about 70 feet away. 75.
Right.
You're the high ground. What do you do?
Love having. Sailix will come within reach of Veshumirix, within like melee range. So it would take 2 move actions, but then instead of attacking, I'm going to use Shadow Blades. All right.
Succeeds the save.
All right. So he takes half.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to do that. Just want me to roll it into the
Yeah.
cello.
Describe this effect.
So Sailix kind of darts downwards, and as he is trailing behind, the scythe is kind of glowing black, and in short, in a spin, he just slashes outward with Leviathan, and a black blade just washes over Veshumirix's chest where he had stopped at. Oh, by the way, that is cold damage too.
The roar. Okay, and he's absolutely furious. But he's made a promise of sorts to somebody. He's staring at Waldorf, despite the chaos. He doesn't know where the Vesperin went, though. And that's because she's climbing.
So I guess my question, Ian, also, like, do I feel like this throne is magical?
You do.
Okay.
You have detect magic.
I do.
It is magical. It's what you would call profane, in that it mixes something mundane and something magical, and sometimes it's hard to tell which is which. Could it be that it's somehow connected to something else, or perhaps it's just symbolic? It is a monument, and I don't know. You could try moving to the front of it if you'd like. He's sitting back out there.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes, you may.
That's not super great.
Yeah. No. Be hard to know without just visiting, so.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep climbing. And then, do whatever actions I need. If I need to dedicate actions to keep concentrating on controlling the undead, I will do so.
Yeah, you can make it. Just make an acrobatics check for me as you climb, or you can hit it with assurance and quite certain you've reached the top.
I don't think I have assurance in acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, so just make it check. It's about 50 feet or so up. Even there, you're at the top. Standing the platform even 10 feet wide, despite looking proportionally thin, the throne is massive. I mean, even falling into the seat would be a fall to most people's death. And this control, this forge smart, it moves in sort of expecting almost Veshumirix to fall as the rest of the party does kind of gather. Though it seems Aghi started to climb, jumping off of the rocks that had fallen from the wizard, and then sort of making her way up. It's a weird bet to think that the dragon would get that close to the wall, but you never know. And about this dragon, he's approached Waldorf, the one person to honor him and mock him so strongly. So he attacks. Now, first, he's grabbed. Is that correct?
Yes, he's grappled.
He'll make a check to take control of that grab. A 55 will meet your DC.
Natural 20.
You take shots on your.
You gotta take a shot, dude.
All right.
Pain and pleasure, my
Enjoy
friend.
that.
Okay.
I don't feel so bad about getting grappled by the dragon now.
Well, you're grabbed, Waldorf.
Yeah. Right where I want to be.
Yeah.
His arms held so tight.
He's throwing you against the rock.
Can I try to hang on?
It will be a reflex save to attempt to hang on.
Okay.
The attack is a critical hit at 46.
Ouch. There go my temporary hit points.
Absorb, yeah, through the temporary hit points. Angrily, without hesitation, he belts out. You can make 2 reflex saves.
Ooh, not good.
Another.
Much better.
All right. Which one do you use to grab the rock, and which one do you use against the breath attack?
Oh, I'll use the 39 to grab the rock and the 27 against the breath attack.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aghi, I'm making one for you as well.
And I am also
30.
going to, as a reaction, I'm going to cast Scintillating Safeguard, which sparkling magical barrier envelops each target, shielding them against the triggering effect. Choose one type of physical or energy damage the triggering effect deals. Each target gains resistance 10 against that damage type for the triggering effect.
Oh.
And since I already have resistance 5, that's resistance 15 against fire.
Aghi, you've been protected from this attack. 63
5
points
willing
of
creatures
damage.
would be harmed.
All right. Aghi, you failed this save. You can spend the hero point if you'd like.
So I'm just gonna throw it out here. He moved out of my attack, so I get an attack of opportunity.
Bullet.
All right.
Okay, reflex save.
Yeah. Would you hero point it?
I do have your hero point. But
Yeah,
I feel like I should save.
Yeah.
Oh, hero point.
If I don't hero point, it's just that 63 points of damage.
Yeah, but then there's resistance. So you're not very... And that's an attack from Sailix, who does follow up on this strike taken to the skies. Rune, you're next. Describe what you do with Leviathan here.
As Veshumirix starts to move to the wall to throw Dwarf against it, he just kind of swings the scythe in another arc downwards at his ever shrinking form.
Wizard.
GM.
Yeah, what do you do? It's your turn.
Rune actually just sort of disappears behind this outcropping.
Yeah.
And
something strange.
as far as
See Rune. Off in the distance.
he just sort of slinks away a bit and out of sight of everyone.
But yeah, you see another room. Way out there, a sea of gugs, aberrations, they approach, snarling, moving in. But the undead there that were sent, ordered to file in as a contingency for this dragon, of course, they turn and they begin to fight those gugs that far on the other end. Yeah, you see someone who looks identical to you.
Excuse me?
But it's over 100 feet away, and on the event of eye contact, he vanishes.
Did you say it looks like Rune?
A lot like you. But it was
for
only a
fuck's sake.
second. A glance, yeah. It curious to
I
say the
believe
least.
as far as I remember, there's only one person that rune looks like.
Isn't that true?
His father.
That
Um,
yeah,
There's
if
an episode-
only.
well, Waldorf,
Yo.
you are falling.
I'm flying. Because I have a fly speed.
You are flying, but you're not. You're not in a good spot. This thing takes up most of your field of vision. You've protected Aghi. But how long do you think you have? And what do you do, more importantly?
I go and try and grapple the dragon again. I'll
All
punch
right.
him in the face. Actually, no, I'm not going to grapple him. This time I'm going to draw my hammer and with both hands on the shaft, just Happy Gilmore Happy Gilmore like golf swing into the dragon.
Excellent.
Just
I'll make you
absolutely
an attack.
raging and rolling straight at his face.
Oh, and that would be a miss. You have hero points.
I do, but I think I'm going to save them for now. How many?
Yeah.
Do I have another? I have one more action left.
Yeah. Well, one. Yeah,
Or
you
two.
have multiple actions. Yeah. 2 in the move.
Yeah, I'll just do the exact same thing again and just melee attack with the hammer.
Excellent.
Just as many times as I can, just straight up into his face. Ooh, lovely. So
All right.
with the hammer, the greater striking, greater flaming warhammer critical hit
Yeah, describe that.
knocks the target prone.
You've knocked the dragon prone.
And it has 2d10 persistent fire damage, but I don't think that's going to do much against a lava dragon.
Heal him.
How are those shots going there, DM? Do you still have a tongue? Does it exist?
Oh, it's still there.
We're going
All
to
right.
kill Ian. This isn't good.
This was the best person
Let's
idea.
Yeah.
not.
The question is, do we kill Ian or the dragon first?
If
We're gonna
Ian
find
dies,
out.
does that mean the dragon dies automatically?
Let's
I
not
think-
try
I think
not
so,
to kill
yeah.
Ian.
I
This is
have
true.
faith in Ian's fortitude score. I'm just gonna say that there. He looks like a
I would
guy who
not be able to
puts
do
a lot
it.
of points into con.
You have an action left. Veshumirix is furious. His mouth is on fire, and his turn is coming up. You're sort of caught there still. You could get away if you left. You only have 2 actions left. You count quicken. So what do you do?
I'm going to hit him again.
All right.
Do you want to roll that or do you want me to?
I'll roll your 3rd attack for the round. Chances are slim.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Can we?
Oh my.
What?
You
He's
can
so
skip
nice.
it if you want to, man.
There you go, my guy.
You're gonna
No.
We're
run
gonna
out.
need milk. Just roll your damage, dude. Just roll your damage.
Ian, make sure that you have a cutoff point. We do not.
Sam, I have a, yeah, like when the amulet. So, describe what you do here, because I won't be.
It's the Dragon Ball Z kind of mid-air battle where Waldorf has just turned into this like flurry of blows, and he is it's because it's got the double-headed hammer. He's swinging back and forth, and you see Veshumirix's head just whipping back to the side with each blow, and bursts of fire, both coming from Veshumirix and the hammer at the same time.
I'm crying. It's so cool.
That is a look of pure pain.
Falling into him. You've done so much damage to this dragon. Aldonis.
So I heard that he was prone. Is that correct?
That's right. He is prone now.
He's falling
backwards out of the sky.
Okay, so I don't get my reaction. Boo. But can I jump on him?
He's double prone.
Can I jump on him as he's falling and like nom on his neck?
Absolutely. I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Nope. Yes. Ah, boo.
It won't land it. I believe you have a hero point.
I do
Fault
have a
is two,
hero
and you
point.
haven't- Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right. Well.
Hey, I'm using a hero point. Why did I do that?
Man.
There. Okay. Now we do it.
Amazing.
Only slightly better.
It hits the distance, and you can make an attack. You have 3 actions. Because of your stride.
Great. So, Aldonis's jaws glow with this fiery, bright white light, which almost sinks into the lava burning from this dragon. And so, there's 1. That's a miss.
36 and a miss.
5.
Oh, no!
Sorry. I'm hero pointing that one.
Yeah. Good one, a hero point.
Doing that one again. Oh my god. Are you serious? And because I can, that one still doesn't hit, I don't think. It's a 29.
Throwing off, but you land on the other side. Due to your momentum, this thing does continue to fall, even though you made that jump as an attempt to sort of maybe open it up from its belly. Aghi, you're at height this thing now.
So as it's falling past her, can she jump onto it?
Absolutely. You're an opportunist.
Yes.
That's my girl.
Yeah, so seeing it fall, she'll like push off from the wall that she's on, axe in hand, and try to jump onto it to embed her axes into its belly. Is that an acrobatics roll?
The jump is acrobatics, yeah. Just to be sure you don't completely mess it up. And then it would just be regular attacks.
What's the way my rolls have been tonight? Oh wait, wrong person. Okay, I've been rolling Poppy's stuff.
All right. No, yeah, she's fighting someone else. I'm just kidding.
Poppy's fighting someone else. Sorry about
Like fighting lemons.
Let's actually roll.
The battle starts to unfold off in the distance. some aberrations, some living things, constructed creatures that they're fighting towards undead off in the distance. Surely these would all be swarming you, guaranteeing your destruction. Instead, they sort of cancel each other out, don't they? It seems maybe Rune, maybe he's fighting with them? He's gone. He just walked calmly over and away. Aghi, 37 doesn't hit. I believe you have another attack.
I'm not hitting. I'm trying to jump onto it.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that you land. You are on this dragon.
Okay. Then I will an attack roll.
Maybe he's prone, so his AC's low.
Yeah, he's flat-footed. You're falling as well with this thing.
Can I not roll?
God. Make a reflex. Oh! And there's a hero point.
Since I have one. Fuck.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Change the green is cursed for you!
I don't know how to change the color.
You just got another one.
You got another one. BB the fucking hero, man.
Got another one.
Oh my god.
Just milk them,
All
guys.
right. First, how do I change the sting dice color?
Up in the
That's
top
what needs to be
right
done.
corner, you got the little paint palette.
Yeah. In the second row on the right. Second down.
Nope. All right, you guys see something other than I see. I guess we gotta stick with the cursed dice.
Would you like me to roll for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone
I've been
else roll
rolling
for
quite well.
me.
Yes, please.
It is an attack. And you're trying not to critically miss.
Fine.
This is your first attack, so we'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh my god!
I hate to tell you.
What
that
the fuck?
surely
What
you
the-
would have been more than safe.
What? I don't.
What is happening?
How in the? What the?
Who did you piss off?
I don't know.
Oh my
I give up.
Which dice god did you is mad at you? Come on.
RNGesus is not
Yes, for a
saving you,
second.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Dragons.
RNGesus, man.
Smiting.
Oh my god.
He came as a lion, not a lamb for Sam. Shit.
Baby Jeebus.
Oh my god.
Whoever it was, apologize.
All right. I
Hey,
figured
Waggle
I'm gonna change
Fingers.
the dice.
Why don't you work some of your magic and undo that curse?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
okay.
forget,
We're just gonna-
dragons are smart. Dragons are dangerously smart. They do fearsome to a fault, and stupid, but in a split second, a fraction of a second, he does something quite deceptive. Dip in his chest, it pulls his shoulders together, and as it's rolling in fall, he gives you no purchase. A flat wing is where you land, and with it frictionless, you begin to slide. Surely it would be nothing except on the way through, about halfway as the wing curves, a flit, and you're launched off only to be caught by a claw. That ringing motion, claw attack, likely quite brutal. The blood starts pouring.
Deserve it.
44 points of damage. You're grabbed under its grip. You're not sure. You're not sure what's next. His turn's soon, but Sailix, what do you do?
It grappled me, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna use my barbarian reaction, embrace the pain, to grab back at it, since it caused me harm. So let me
All
do
right.
athletics.
I think you have one action left.
Yeah.
Jump, attack.
That reverses the grapple.
Whatever that is, it fails critically.
Nope. Okay. Orange dice sucks too.
Yep. You have an action left.
I'll do. I mean, she can't attack if she's grappled, right?
No. To make another attempt if you would like.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Oh.
That's a better color.
Almost.
Oh.
It's a nudge. Instead of the feathers releasing, though, it's a lesson learned. He's not so sporty anymore. It clenches in, bringing you. Now, Sailix. You're not far from this, so what do you do?
Sailix closes the distance and swings with 5.
You're flanking.
I am, and he's prone.
Oh, then it does hit. You've just met it.
So that is that, and then so he kind of comes over. He does the downward, like a whole rolling downward slash into it one more time, and then as the scythe kind of hits the ground, the blade glows that familiar black as the air fills that pungent smell of cloves as he casts Shadow Blast one more time.
It succeeds. It succeeds its save.
Right. That's my hero point.
Okay.
I'm my hero point. The last one.
Blast. And the blast. And blast. It finally connects.
Alright.
Wing side, where it wouldn't affect your friends.
Do you have damage for me for this one?
Yeah.
As it's cold damage as well, by the way.
Okay. Well, by the heel. He is quite hurt. Desperate.
Alright, so I see all this. I'm on top of the throne. I know there's no way I can physically move there fast enough myself. So Vesperin will look at Valgora and just be like, my beloved, it is time for you to wake up. If there is anything left of you that is Valgora, kill this dragon, free your lover, and end this. And she would throw it in the direction of Veshumirix while saying, Valgora, I release you to kill the dragon!
Suddenly the blade, hovering upon command, without a throw, spins. blade through flanking on this prone creature. Makes an attack. Quite a high bonus. Plus, a 36 won't hit.
I'll use a hero
It has
point.
an attack. Yeah, would you like to hero
I'll
point
use a
that?
hero point to reroll that.
Alright.
Yes.
And that is a hit. Weapon damage. Persistent bleed. A sneak attack.
And it has a fortitude save to be poisoned.
It does.
Oh, and debilitating strike.
Okay, yeah. For another 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
It succeeds. This thing begins to bleed again, flitting across the
Did
neck.
it just
sort of
crit
raising
fail
it.
its... Hang on, did it just crit fail its fortitude save?
So it would have succeeded
That's
on
a
a
natural
34,
one.
so it would have been regular.
Okay. So then it's poisoned,
the
right?
degree of success is reduced by 1. It is poisoned.
Yes! Okay. So this gets exciting. So on the first
It wasn't
turn,
already?
on the first turn, it does another 2d6 of mental damage, and it's stupefied 2.
Oof. Okay.
You're welcome, party.
A poisoned blade.
2d6, not 1.
This thing is worse for wear. This thing around the neck, you start to see the poison seeping through. It doesn't have a vascular system. It's more like just chambered fire. And you see it sort of climbing up wherever it can, causing it to scratch. The forged sperm moving in. Whipping, trying to keep ground. A miss. Second attempt at a penalty. For a miss as well, it asks, move. Looking around at all of you. Move. No. Dragon responds. They're too late. I need Aldonis, Aghi, Sailix, and Waldorf to make reflex saves. I'll tell you the degree of success, and you will have a chance to reroll. You would all fail. Aldonis, you would critically fail.
Well, does stupefied affect the rate?
Let's see. Charisma based
I don't think
checks
it
and
would,
DC.
but I don't know what it is.
It would affect it. It actually would affect it. Aghi, you'd fail. Aldonis would still critically fail. Waldorf, you'd fail. Sailix, you'd succeed.
Help! I help!
Do you use your hero points, or do you accept the spell as he
I
forms
have no more
its
hero points.
fireball? Conjuring. If chat has hero points, you can grant them now before this thing makes contact with the ground.
Aghi has a heat hero. No, she's used them all. I accept this fireball.
Oh man.
Okay.
Chat gave Spence a hero.
All right. Aldonis. You know what? Never again. Never again. We're casting this thing.
Merciful GM, and thank you, chat.
Cheers, Ian.
Oh,
Cheers.
all right. Cheers. You know, cheers. Ooh, this was 46.72. It was a good year for hot sauce. Incredibly safe, okay? You're unscathed. The rest of you, oh wait, there's just one of them. 50 points of fire to Waldorf. Oh, whoops, it was only one of those. Sailix, you succeeded, so you're taking half.
And I have +5 resistance to fire.
And Aldonis, oh no, you're taking none. Aghi, you failed, but not critically, right?
Right.
All right.
Aldonis will be like, "Come
There's not-
touch me!"
I don't even know who the heck
turns
you
to
are.
Waldorf.
Rune also told you telepathically to come touch Aldonis, and Aldonis will heal you.
Right. Aghi's still grappled.
Yeah.
And with 10,
Ew.
a critical hit on you, Waldorf. Do you have anything before this damage is calculated? You're muted.
I don't think there is anything that I can do. Is this damage, piercing, slashing, or bleed
It is
at
piercing.
all? Okay, then I'm going to use Blood Vendetta as a reaction. Curse the target, punishing it for having the audacity to spill your blood.
Yeah, is this reaction to
target takes-
repeat the damage?
Say that again?
This reaction, the trigger is when you've received the damage.
A trigger is a creature deals piercing, slashing, or persistent bleed damage to you.
Let's see what the damage is.
So,
First.
I do not survive.
Waldorf is at negative damage higher than his
Wait.
constitution. In a decisive, he turns to
Straight dying?
fully knowing his fate. He had 50 hit points upon a critical hit of a jaw attack.
Can I use Breath of Life on myself?
I don't know that you
A
can,
living
but I
creature
could.
within range would die.
I did take Breath of Life, so
Yeah. So here's the thing: is you're dying when your health is that low.
he's within range of me though, so I could do it.
Yeah. You could try to
Okay.
get there for sure.
Well,
Now,
it's
Rune.
within 60 feet, right? The range is 60 feet. So yeah, I do that because
Well, it's
yeah.
It's a
Is
reaction.
Is it a reaction or?
It's
It's a
the
reaction.
trigger is a living creature within range would die.
The reaction.
Yeah, so it's a reaction. So I do that. And I say, "Not today, friend," and figure out where my character
Yeah. So you know what to do here. Describe this cast.
I'm sorry?
Describe what you do here.
I yell, "Not today, friend," and the words come out like a pack of glowing wolves running to aid Waldorf, and getting pulled in through his beard into his self. A warm feeling like of being covered in pelts on a cold winter's night. And it is a good feeling, and it's 4d8, so I don't know how to do this as a heal, so we'll figure this
48.
out. Yep. How do I do that? Because it's not
See, the
showing on
thing
my
is,
screen.
yeah, as you cast it, 48 points
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
puts him at 35 hit points negative. If you can get it to a dying condition, he won't die, but as it stands, it's going to take more magic.
So, real quick, there's a use for hero points other than to reroll rolls, right? So we could, if chat gives hero points, they can technically, like, he'll be able to utilize it to make himself go from dying to, like, he'll be able to stabilize
I think it
himself,
reduces
right?
the dying condition.
I do have 1 hero point left.
You can spend all of your hero points to prevent dying. The problem is you skipped the dying condition. You weren't dying, you went from alive to dead. The dying is the threshold between 0 and your constitution in negative. You reached negative 50. You're now at negative 35. If you could get to negative 20 before your end, I'd let you do it. But your body's too broken to sustain itself. That said, Rune still has a turn, Adon still has a turn, Aghi still has a turn, Sailix still has a turn.
Yeah.
Alright, we got it.
Yeah, we got this. We got this.
But that's Veshumirix's turn. Now...
Really glad I prepared 2 heal spells this time.
Off in the distance, but Rune, where are you? It's your turn.
So, as the blast sort of went out, damaging his friends, a very deep and low growl can be heard as a gigantic claw, golden claw, appears over the ridge as the form of a gold dragon, a gargantuan gold dragon, rises. Veshumirix. They belong to me. As Rune will pounce 100 feet of movement, slamming, not grabbing, but just slamming next to Veshumirix and use Psychic Scream.
He makes a save, yeah?
Yeah, we'll save.
Stupefied too, though.
That is true.
$48 to the save. Any other action from you?
That would be all of his actions. It does still do damage, however.
All right. All right. Well,
As Rune slams to the ground, everyone can kind of feel this buzzing in their minds as he just roars, mimicking a frightful presence of sorts.
yeah. You flash. He is heavily wounded. He lets out a shriek. dragons of nearly equal size, scratching and clashing. Waldorf,
Yes.
you spend all your hero points?
I have one left.
Yeah. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, what can I do with it? Does that bring me back up to being alive, or I'm not real clear.
You can burn it to sustain this for a turn. Your hit points are negative. This wouldn't last.
So if I burn that, then I've still got a chance, right?
And that's what you think as you find yourself standing, watching your own body laying there, this battle unfolding, but it's sort of in your hand, isn't it? There's an orb of energy. Liquid heroism. And for, it's a mirror poppy isn't here because you're not sure what the outcome would be. You could crush this, you could sustain yourself, and you could hold on. You could give it to one of them.
What am I going to do? One of who?
So this hero point, the proverbial hero point in your hand, this sprite, this ball of energy, is a tether. You know you're on the ground right now. You can hang on to it. But you sort of see someone on the crest of one of these underground hills, sort of by a babbling brook of lava, a dwarf. An old ancestor of yours. He was the first Sky Steel. You realize now, what you didn't know at the time, he didn't really earn his reputation. It wasn't hard work that got him where he needed to be. It was devotion to Droskar. You imagine now, thinking about it, he probably remembers it with a deep regret. The question is, do you hang on, Waldorf? Do you think they need you now, or do you think they need you later?
I would, if this ancestor served Droskar, I would turn my back on him. I would hold on. I would fight to come back to the fight.
Skysteel isn't ready.
I just want to stand up. I just want to get back on my feet. My friends need me now.
The point's spent. All you can do is continue to watch your body. As things go cold, you can only imagine organs are failing. You're at the mercy, but with this you sustain yourself. You're tied to that body. Maybe for the promise of a better future or a way to repay these people. Aldonis, it's your turn. You've never met him, but he's fallen.
He's a friend of Sailix's, so he's a friend of mine. And I will run over. Remembering, oh yeah, I suck at physical damage, but I can do magic stuff, no problem. I stand over his body in warg form, and touch him with one of my paws, and use one of the charges of Vital Beacon to give him 30 hit points. And I can only do one per round for Vital Beacon, so then I will simply
You can move him to safety if you'd like. He's practically under the wing of a dragon, tossing with room here.
I feel like the spirit of Waldorf is just like very calmly and peacefully watching this happen. Just, huh.
I will then raise a shield in front of us.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What I do.
Protective. Dwarf, the largest of them closing up. Your whole system could still fail, though.
Yeah, but basically, so that was 1, 2, and I can do a first level heal in him. So, and that would be 3.
That would be perfect. Aghi.
Yep.
Aghi.
So, go ahead.
No, what do you do?
So Aghi is still grappled, right?
Yeah, you are.
Like held in this dragon's claw while it's fighting another dragon is not a good place to be.
Time's running out.
Like, she just saw Dwarf fall. I feel like she'd briefly like look at her hands, and the gloves aren't there, so she's like realizes that she can't do anything anymore for him. While she attempts to get out of this grapple, hopefully like its grip has loosened while it's fighting Rune.
You're not pulled. 3 actions. The grip is too strong.
She'll use them all to try and get out. And at this point, I feel like she's like desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And
You are still hasted.
okay. Still hasted. Let's change some colors. See if that helps.
For your final action. Attempt to break.
Nope.
No perk. Sailix.
Alright.
These cursed dice.
It's that shadow magic. You should never have touched it.
Oh. Well, there's always good old shadow dice. So is he stupefied too, right?
He is stupefied too.
And is he still prone?
He got a 47 on the DC 31.
Right.
He wouldn't accumulate enough. Well, 47. He wouldn't. No, it wouldn't be a regular success. Blast would burn off.
Indeed. Yeah. Shit.
You have an action left. You know Aghi needs help.
I mean, I don't know how I can help her from over here. Like attempting to help her out of the grapple.
Yeah, if you took control of the grapple, he would no longer be grappling him.
Sure, let's throw down.
Take an athletics check.
Let's do it.
And admittedly though, and Vesperin. What do you do?
So, I mean, Balgora's still gonna do its thing. Vesperin's gonna try to mess with the throne. And since I'm here,
Here you go. You just get on the throne.
okay, cool. Yeah. So, and then do you need me to roll for Balgora, or you got that?
I'll roll for Balgora.
Okay. But yeah, I basically want to make sure that the fighting is stopping, with the undead attacking Kolflar too.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. You're closer to Kolflar now because as soon as you step on the throne, what you see before you, mentally, you're in the same room as Heral. In a little temple somewhere.
Hello, my dear.
That's what you see. You know you're still in the same place. Go ahead.
How can we stop this?
The undead king just looks at you quizzically.
Yeah, I don't know. Call Balgora back. The only way to stop this is to use her to kill me.
What?
The only way to break the curse.
But I feel like she's just sort of like running through like the lines of shock on her face before she finally gets that sort of, professional compartmentalization, and she just nods. But I want to have Balgora strike the dragon again before I call her back.
Yeah. And you do call her back, right?
Yes.
What do you say to Balgora?
Let's see. Does that hit?
No, the second attack does, however.
Okay. Is that enough to kill the dragon? Because I have a hero point, I can re-roll the first attack.
You could if you'd like, yeah.
Okay, then I'd like to re-roll the first one.
All right.
Oh, fuck!
Yes!
Oh! Oh, man!
No.
My beloved!
No.
Oh, I love you! You're such a good murder knife! Who's the best murder dagger?
I feel like that deserves a response from Balgora.
Pure magic.
Grab her back. She misses you.
Oh. Yeah, so, that's a lot of damage. critical, right?
It's critical.
That's a lot of dice.
Your damage.
Huh? Okay.
I rolled
Oh,
your
boy.
sneak. I rolled your bleed. I rolled your sneak again. And your debilitations.
Also, since this is the second round that he's been poisoned, the poison now does 3d6 mental damage. And he's stupefied 3.
Oh, but he gets another save on his turn. That is how the rounds work. Yeah.
Does it?
It's rounds on his turn.
Okay.
For the onset. We'll make that
But,
fortitude save.
yeah. Okay. But yeah. So she would, call Balgora back with, let's see. Oh, God. I have to think about this. I am here to, Balgora, return to me. I will reunite you with your lover.
Suddenly, the dagger throwing itself into this thing, in and out, poking holes in the wings. She shrieks, a blood-curdling scream again. But then suddenly, it lifts and flits off towards that throne. It lands, and where Vesperin dematerialized, it too fades away, pieces, sort of like light butterflies. It flutters away, it reappears elsewhere, somewhere you guys don't know. Forged Burn moves to attack this dragon. But it uses reaction, wing deflection, and with the batting, fights no more. It has one adversary right now, and it's fucking dragon. So Veshumirix turns, locks his gaze, and he says to Rune, "You've won. Chance. Answer me. You." And then suddenly, an asynchronous blink of the eyes, and you see a flutter of blue, black. He scans a trail. Dwarf's body, as Eldon tends to, a small trail leading up, through, across, somewhere. You can make out little bits of it, Rune. Its gaze, something akin to detect magic. Or him.
What?
You say, wizard?
What was the question again?
What's taking a soul with me?
You are done here, Veshumirix.
Two-sided work,
You have
they
one
do.
chance
So do me a favor,
to kneel.
Rune. Roll me a /die 1d2. He looks. He calculates. Again, dragons are viciously smart. And he moves to you. Wizard. Fight a more honorable victory, he proclaims. With 2 actions, he makes 2 claw attacks, followed by a jaw attack. The first to you, 42 will hit. $39 points of damage. Fully absorbed? Your temporary hit points. Okay. The second, reaching in, a 45 will hit. $40 points of damage. The third, desperation.
Spend a hero point to re-roll it.
Take that shot.
You're re-rolling. Well, you can't make him re-roll.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Sailix, do you have an ability?
I do. Sailix will use Guardian's Deflection to fill Veshumirix's mouth with blackened crystals.
Now, the problem with Guardian's Deflection is it doesn't guarantee the hit is missed. It will get a circumstance bonus of 2 against the triggering attack.
Also, drink some more hot sauce.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're down, guys, if you're gonna kill the wizard, you better fucking.
Negative. You're at 92. It's negative 34. That would surpass dying. Now, Rune and Waldorf.
Rune has contingency.
And what's your contingency?
Heal at level 3. 3d8 plus 24.
$38 plus 24?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll that.
I can. Or you can. Your call.
You do it.
Alright.
I'm confused. Am I still dying?
No, you're
Good
not.
to you.
Because it says that my
No, you're
current hit
alive
points
again.
are what? I'm at 51.
No, you're at.
I'm in danger.
We'll get to you. Yeah. You're at.
9. Negative 9,000.
38 plus 24.
Dear Lord.
What was the negative?
35.
34. Negative 2 health. You're dying.
Can I spend a hero point to reroll the heal?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's a roll.
There we go.
Ooh. Much better.
You're up fast. Now Rune. Rune of 10 hit points. You do.
The extra action will be to touch Aldonis with his tail.
All right.
So that'll leave him 3 extra actions. He'll spend 2. I need Veshumirix to make a reflex save.
Excellent. 40.
I was going to force it, but okay.
So it would succeed.
Oh, I don't have to roll a hit. I don't have to roll a hit that. It's just a reflex save on that one. Never mind. So he's going to take half this damage.
Whoa. Aghi, you're freed from the clutches. Sailix, you saw a rune.
Wait. Did that do it?
Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh. So this gargantuan golden dragon, sort of behind and subtly, just sort of nicks at Aldonis, feeling the warmth of the healing rush over him. His claws just sort of dig into Veshumirix as he casts lightning bolt, running arcs of electricity running through every scale, every vein of magma. He just stares at this dragon. We are immortal. Now die!
He's disassembled. That's a beast unmade. Aghi, you're loosened from the grip. Sailix, Waldorf, you stand as close to death as you've ever been. Your ancestor
Raggedly
moves away. For a moment, you saw Rune there approaching death, peering towards the River of Souls, but he just looked at it, that reality, and said, "No. No, thank you." And when he came back, sure enough, he killed the fucking dragon.
Not today.
Well done. I will drink to that. And that leads, that leads to our giveaway at the end of Chapter 4. Level 15 for the Unforgotten. Unscathed, as it were, as of now. But just take a moment. Let's reflect as this body hits the ground and is curled at the scales into nothingness. But it looks at you again, as an equal, Rune. You're not even 30 years old. But with that, you've laid the killing blow to an ancient dragon. Well done. Cheers to that, mate.
Fuck all.
Hell yeah.
Let's give us a beer, guys. Holy crap.
Ooh.
Die, bitch.
Alright, there's a 5% chance no one died, and no one died in the spirit of the 1s and 20s we've been rolling today. I've consumed
man.
2, 4, 8 bottles of hot sauce, so that's a finger to everyone involved there, conspirators. Wow.
I'm sorry
Alright.
for your asshole tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have been thinking that all night long.
I mean, he has youthful vigor. He'll be fine, probably.
I can't
Probably
guess, but I'm
being the-
speaking on the storyteller from here.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest, I did not
birthday,
expect to
no.
do the killing blow.
I think it's apropos, absolutely, that a dragon killed a dragon. Like, that was dope as shit.
Oh.
Holy
Fantastic.
shit.
All right. Well, I'm a winner.
And Waldorf is
don't
like
know.
leaning on his hammer, like bleeding from every orifice. I've got 5 hit points right now.
No, you
Oh,
don't.
God.
You should have more than that because I healed you a lot.
Yeah. Aldana's putting in work.
You rolled
Oh, yes.
fantastically close to death, and you scraped by. The spell at the beginning tipped the scales. You managed to ace the presence, the frightening presence. If you failed it, you would have been toast because the -1 penalty would have just wiped every single one of you. And on top of that, you were hasted. Well done. Nobody died, which is incredible to me. And I know that the name of the person in the giveaway, if we're ready, if everyone is still here with us, Secret Oracle will be getting the beginner box.
Yay! Well done,
Let-
Secret Oracle. Well done.
Secret Oracle.
Congrats.
Coagulation. Or maybe that's just me. Fantastic. Whew.
Oh,
All
man.
right. Does anybody have any questions for us before we go on? Our adventurers circled around the
I
corpse.
just want to say, I didn't take any damage that fight.
I do
All of
want to
these are
point
for
out
you.
that
Both.
there
What
was
are they?
there
Take one.
was 50 points of damage that I actually avoided, but
Oh, man.
because of Vivi giving me a hero point, I avoided catastrophe earlier.
Oh, man.
So,
And
but
and
man,
I was
Ian,
ready to go,
what
man.
on earth? Why would you curse or punish Aghi with all of those fails?
I haven't
Yeah.
You did not have to
God.
cheat. You did not have to
Gamer
cheat the
is the
system.
dice god.
This 20s went, guys. 20s went.
That's fair.
Even
That's
Havoc
fair.
on my dice system. Man.
Oh,
I
man.
get it. Every
And
roll.
so well done. Congratulations, Secret Oracle. This has been a blast. We're not even done yet, but let's move it back. Let's bring it in. Waldorf. I'm just going around. You're rising. Aghi, you're rising as well. Aldonis, you had a brush, but you very much saved his life. He would have died. Sailix, the people you care about are fine. You don't know where the Vesperin went though. And Rune, you killed the dragon, so I guess it kind of leaves the Vespera. Far up and away, unbeknownst even to you probably, your own temple tower, as it's often called. The cathedral where this curse proliferated, and now the daggers return to you. In front of you, the one and only undead King Baral. Between you two, Valgora. Go ahead.
I suppose it always had to be this way, no?
Okay.
She would walk over and take Belgora. And then just look at her all and kind of give him like a very formal, like courtly bow, like that level of the highest level of etiquette that would be appropriate for their culture, because she has all the society.
He
And,
surprisingly bows back to her.
I'm sorry.
So he kind of surprisingly bows in return.
It was an honor, Your Majesty. And she would plunge Balgora directly into his heart while whispering to her, "It is time for you to be free."
He doesn't resist. He doesn't react. He closes his eyes just before the moment of impact, and you see a single tear roll down his cheek before the dagger plunges into his heart.
And she would also mentally have a prayer to Pharasma to shepherd and guide the fallen.
Ralph falls to his knees with a dagger embedded in his chest, and his hands kind of reach out towards the hilt. And he doesn't pull it from his breast. His hands just close around it, and it's almost like he would pull it further in if Vesperin hadn't already done such a good job before he falls over to the side.
As he begins to fall, she will say, "That dagger was your clan's dagger as well. I will carry it for the end of my days, and in that way, your clan will live on."
He takes one last shuddering breath and lets it out in a long sigh, and then he's still.
In the same room, the clinging of spurs can be heard. From out of the corner, an old dusty gunslinger walks forward, wide brim hat. "Well now, it is about time you've been laid to rest, King Haral. Your story has now ended. Please," as he kneels down, "come with me." Holding out a hand to the spirit of Haral now. He looks to the Vesperin. "You, darling, well done. I'll give you a pass this time," as he smiles.
Earl's middle finger
She would look
towards the Telstring.
She would look at the dagger and then look back at the stranger and say, "I believe there is one more for that journey, no?"
"Oh, that one? Haral's taking care of her right now. Coming along too. At least the part that needs to. But, I believe you have something that no longer belongs to you."
She would just kind of tilt
Unless
her
you
head.
intend on being queen of the dead here.
I feel like that is just sort of one of those moments where like her eyes widen and like the oh god. How do I destroy it? I do not understand. The wizard handles it.
He just holds out a hand. I'll take care of that
she's
for
just
you,
like-
darling.
Can Haral's spirit communicate with the pale stranger?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
So Haral is standing there, his body on the floor, and his spirit standing before the pale stranger. I have one last request. Before
You stirred up some shit, old
And
king. What's that request?
you see Valgora standing next to him with their hands intertwined. And he says, before she left, we conceived a child. And before she was killed, that child was born. If I can make one last request, it would be for the crown and the rulership of Sagarak itself. Go to my heir, the young lass who bears the face of my love, who fought beside me today. The one who disappeared before I sat on the throne.
I know who you speak of, old man. I will say this. The plight you have put on this city earns you no dispensation. However, this city will heal with you gone and this crown with you. Perhaps someone else should sit on that throne. However, as he will look back to the Vesperin, and he really hasn't. The Vesperin hasn't heard him say anything, but he'll look. It would appear the king here has an heir. I recommend they do not sit on this throne, but if you should find them, they may want to know their lineage.
So be it.
Vesperin, you know right away what this might
yeah.
mean. The first thing that comes to mind is the painting Varys made. That striking resemblance. Too good.
Do with that information as you see fit, darling.
I will let her know what has come to pass.
King Harald. Former King Harald turns to Balgora in spirit, and he smiles for the first time that you've seen him smile since you met him. We can rest at last, my love. We can finally be together.
A pale horse, spectral in nature, bones, comes trotting out of nowhere. Of appropriate size for the king and his bride. Go on, former king. Ride off to your rest. Try not to cause any trouble on your way down.
I'll not promise anything. Then he kind of smiles at the pale stranger before helping Balgora up onto the horse and then climbing up behind.
As for the Vesperin, you may think something has been done, but it has not. You still have something to do.
I have accepted my fate and all that comes with it.
You say that now. Get on with you. I got business to attend to. as he whistles, and another similar pale horse comes trotting up. I would prefer not to see any of you people again, if at all possible. I think people are
The
toying with
feeling
death
is
far too
mutual.
often. So go on, get the fuck out of here.
She would retrieve I mean, is the dagger still there?
Balgora's still with you. The spirit's
Huh?
left.
Okay.
You're speaking with Balgora. Yeah. Still there. It's the energy is it's different.
She would take it and just kind of like, I don't know, sort of inspect it and feel what it's like as she walks back to the group. There's just kind of like when she assuming she reappears, I should say, there'd just be very quiet tears streaming down her face.
I think that when she retrieves the dagger from Haral, his body just crumbles to dust and blows away.
It does. What you lot don't see is just about the same thing happened throughout Sagrad. More importantly, Kovlar. The rift in the collapsed wall, the siege of undead as they piled in, burning homes, infiltrating, they all crumble to ash as well. Curse lifted not slowly but swiftly, emanating from the temple, radiating until each thing one by one dies. Back in the lion's den, you're standing over the body of one of the largest things you've killed, by far the most fearsome. Aghi, you stand. Waldorf, you stand. Sailix, you who haven't had the chance to say anything to Aldonis. You haven't seen him in years. It's a grown man.
So Sailix, in typical Sailix fashion, after the Veshumirix dies, and he watches Aghi gets up and looks around, see Aldonis is fine.
You'll notice that on Aldonis's left arm is the bracer, the Kellen's token. He still wears it.
Oh, hit me in the feels. He'll look to Aldonis and he'll just hold up a finger. It's like a one moment thing. He'll slide the scythe underneath of Veshumirix's neck, and then with a quick pull, sever the head from the rest of the body.
Oh, shit.
He'll reach down and he'll pull a scale off and walk over to Aldonis, place it in his hand. I don't think that I know how to do any of this without your help. You came. I didn't even need to call. For that, I will be forever grateful. And then he'll smack Waldorf in the back of the head. Like, and you even managed to keep the door alive.
I go down again.
And
I think
he'll
your
kind
orc
of-
friend could probably use my help too. I'll be doing that soon, and the wizard.
He'll touch his forehead to Eldonis's, like in typical like parent to child fashion. He'll look over to the orc friend and he's like, she needs some help, alright. First, it's gonna be help from me.
Wow.
And he'll handle forward hand Leviathan toward Eldonis and start heading towards Aghi. As he says, hold on to that for me for a moment. I don't want to make anything.
You know I suck
any
at
rash
weapons,
movement.
right?
It's just so he's not holding it.
What do you do as you approach Aghi?
Waldorf is collecting a scale or two from Veshumirix himself and eyeing Sailix's armor kind of questioningly.
On the way over to Aghi, kind of like reaches into one of Veshumirix's eyes and very like gorily pulls that one out. Stopping like 5 feet from her, he'll throw it at him.
God.
Very reminiscent of the dead fish he smacked her with when they watched Will sail away from Tianzia. This is the path he chose.
Augie's just sort of standing there and like allows the eyeball to just like hit her in the back, and she's just sort of staring at her hands, like looking them over and not knowing, like just looking confused for a moment.
You accepted it, didn't
Didn't
you?
work. Yeah. You never told me about
What do
such
you do?
tricks.
You never needed to know. Now we're all really tied together.
So, oh, what else is there that I didn't need to know, Sailix?
Zestrix is full of lies and deceit. The only thing he wants is to experience life that no one. He doesn't care the cost. Now he's going to utilize you and drain you until you're dead.
He's the only one that's making sense right now.
When she says that,
He-
Salix's halo brightens so much that all the shadows around them disappear. Zestrix is a blight on this bloodline. One that would be happily free of if I had a chance. He offered me that same deal time and time again. And I denied. I understand you're upset, Aghi. The repercussions, I don't even know what they mean.
Well, he gave me the power to do what you're not doing right now. We're going to avenge Will, and we're going to take down the Scarlet Triad.
Right. Well, my little shadow breaker, love you. Don't trust everything he says.
Seems like I can't trust everything you say either.
Sailix is turning around. Don't worry. This is goodbye. And he'll kind of throw something on the ground. He's walking away. Wish you the best, daughter.
Aghi doesn't say
He's
anything
headed
to
to the
that.
pile of treasure beside the throne.
Rune
Possessive.
has been breathing very heavy over the body of Veshumirix.
Yep.
His head sort of
Aldonis
whips
is heading
around.
towards Rune.
His head whips around, looking out beyond the group where the army was once coming from, and not really paying much attention. He sort of slithers, crawls along very quickly over to a ridge, trying to find the person that he saw, trying to see where he was standing during the battle.
On.
He looks to Sailix. I must go rest. I will.
Right? Well, get out of that dragon form and I'll walk you to your bed.
Now, Sailix is shuffling through a pile of treasure. It looks to be just a hoard of gold. Some useless weapons. Throwing spears, gems, jewels, and a mask. Rune, you feel that unraveling. Still, you feel weak. You're overspent. There's a reason you don't cast spells beyond your capacity. It's paced. And I mean, sometimes people forget. And you polymorph, you change form, you think the clock might reset. It truly doesn't. You're overspent. But I don't think you'd pass this up. Because this mask is split down the middle. Polarized. Pristine,
Without even
white,
thinking, he rushes towards it.
with matte black, yeah, and with whatever you have left, you notice a couple of scratches would make the matte black paint chip away, revealing white underneath. It was a base white mask with the two eye slits, mask of Nethys, as you remember it, but then matching that, the yin and yang of sorts, a kiss from lipstick, jet black as well.
Sailix has this mask, right?
Yes, he does.
And Rune rushing towards it in the dragon form right now.
Yeah.
Are you in dragon form? Yeah.
Sailix steps away.
He still would be. Yeah.
Yeah. And you retrieve that mask.
Sailix shadow steps away. As soon as he sees the giant dragon come charging towards him, Sailix is just fucking out of there, and he's like on the other side as far away as he can get. And he's looking at him like, I'll give it to you.
He's. Are you holding the mask?
Yeah, he's got it in his hand. But seeing the dragon charge at him, he just kind of freaked out for a bit, and he's shouting away. He's like, "You turn back to your human form. I'll give this to you after we see your."
I can't yet. Can't yet.
Yet. Rune, the dragon's dead. We can go home. We can take a night's rest. We can grieve. We can fucking mourn Will. Just turn back to human.
He can't turn back until I heal him, as Aldonis comes running. Stand
Now,
still, dumbass.
You do that. Aldonis, if you try to heal him, what's your approach on heal? You can make a medicine check, but how do you heal a dragon? You don't see a wound. You do see wounds, but it doesn't seem that's what he's suffering. He's stable in that regard. On
Weird.
death's door, but that's not what's happening here.
So yeah, I'll make a medicine check. Why not?
Yeah. You see
I
protruding
would have
from
laughed
his
if that was a
skin
20.
a ghost of a nerve. A little finger as it pokes out endings, sprouting out or moving in bands that merge back in, and they sort of break from reality. The thing, this piece, this fabric that weaves together, that creates this form he's created, is becoming undone.
What did you do?
But it remerges. It coalesces again. And latches in. And you notice it's all along one half of his body.
I called upon magic that had not been cast in a long time.
Well, that was
I need the
dumb.
mask.
You need the mask to turn back.
I just need the mask.
You have not changed. Okay. I'm gonna
Sailix,
try
you see
healing
that-
him
Yeah.
and just see what happens. And I'll do the fancy healing.
Sailix, what do you do?
Sailix walks, starts, hovering over to, up to Rune's face height, holding the mask in one hand.
In Rune's one good eye, even in dragon form, there's no pupil or iris there. It is just arcane symbols scrolling along the eye.
Sailix just runs a hand along the, I guess the nose, since it's such a fucking big head. I'm glad to see your head finally matches your ego.
Do not
And then
push away your daughter.
when he says that, Sailix will look over his shoulder at Aghi. She's chosen Zestrix room because I tried to protect her from him and abstained from telling her about him. He somehow managed to weasel his way into her life still. Anyway, the mask.
He gave her
And
something
I.
you did not.
He took from her. She'll learn.
Am I? Oh, sorry.
That's a lesson she has to find on her own. Anyway, mask. Points to
Please.
it. Hey, 100%. You can find me at the Citadel. And he'll sink into the shadows and start flying off towards Jewel Gold.
Rune's the dragon's body begins to sort of crumple, near collapses, and he starts to crawl slowly away, heading for the lava.
Oh, what are you doing?
He doesn't say anything. He is clearly struggling.
Rune, I killed you once. I don't want to see you die again.
Don't worry. This won't kill me. I'm a wizard. Like a bad copper.
You all have egos bigger than my god, and that is ridiculous. I'm gonna go heal some more people, and when you all have some hubris back, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, you just see him crawl into the lava and disappear.
Aldonis returns back to Waldorf and Aghi and is just like, "Hi, I'm Aldonis. Sailix adopted me when Monica died. I'm here to heal you all. Who wants heals?"
Waldorf is just like collapsed against the wall. He's just like sitting there staring off into like nothing. He doesn't respond.
You get a heal.
He's just like
You get a heal.
he's got that 1,000-mile stare, you know, just like. But he's probably still bleeding from several orifices.
All right, so instead of healing Rune, I will heal Waldorf since Rune didn't let me heal him. Or no, I did heal him. So I'll heal Waldorf, and then I'll cast another Vital Beacon on myself and heal Aghi. Do it that way.
Waldorf.
Hey.
You remember the first thing your mother made in craft, stained glass, the Pantheon, all the dwarven gods. Once upon a time, you seemed rather conflicted. And suddenly, when you were that close to death, you had a moment to reflect, to stare out into nothing. And that image came to mind. The day it shattered. There was a storm. You lived in a sky citadel. And it broke. You picked up the pieces the way it was bound. Each god, a fragment. You collected them. You seemed to like them equally. But you've seen a lot of things since then. The dwarves that like all the gods are the dwarves that might not have seen wars. And that was you. If you were to choose in this moment, in your conviction, as your pantheonic divinity fades from this battle, this vessel shrinking, finally you're returned to your original form. If you were to choose, would you? Do you prefer this fate?
No. He would choose none of them.
None of them.
He doesn't know how to forgive the other gods for allowing what happened to him. It would take him some very deep soul searching to, and maybe he's in the right place to do it. Maybe not. But no, it would take him quite a bit of soul searching to commit himself to a singular dwarven god after they allowed Droskar to take control of him and use him in the way that he was used.
Right.
Very angry.
Aldonis heals you. And Aghi helps you up.
He's still got that 1,000-yard stare. He's just staring at the ground. And at the dead body of Veshumirix with its head lopped off. And he just seems like a ghost.
Okay, would you say that anything to him as you help him up?
Yeah, I feel like Aghi would just like grab Waldorf's chin and like force him to look up at her. Are you fucking giving up, dwarf?
No. No, there's too much work to be done. There's still too many battles to fight. I just don't know who to follow anymore.
Follow yourself. Why do you have to follow any of them?
That sounds like
Fade out
We're
from
talking
there.
of gods. If we're talking of gods, if you don't mind an outsider's perspective, they pick and choose their chosen. Some of them are liars. Some of them are abusers. Goodness knows we all share scars of that. But the one that matches you will find you when you're least expected.
We'll just have to wait and see then, won't we?
And persevere until then.
Aghi just sort of chuckles at Aldonis's words. I don't need to wait.
Something funny,
For a
sister?
fucking god. Waiting for a god to come and choose you. And
Oh,
she
not waiting.
Looks. Why not just become one yourself?
Oh, that
And Aldonis
I
gives
can
this
get on board with.
huge barking laugh. You don't want to be a god. No one wants
I
to.
think that Waldorf would laugh at that as well, but in more of like a he actually genuinely likes that idea, and you just hear that deep dwarven belly laugh just echo across the chamber as Waldorf kind of devolves into into that laughter and looks at Aghi and goes, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, if you become a god and you're a shitty god, heroes like us will come and defeat you. That's all I can say. I've seen it done twice.
Head to the treasure.
I'd like to see
You three. Waldorf godless. Aghi blessed by this dark energy from the ancestors of a dear friend. Aldonis, you've seen something like this, but all of you, you're in a different place right now. You've all learned something, and you're all quite young. But you had the treasure. For you, this was a victory. Sailix, after some time, I know you probably don't expect to see Aghi anytime soon. Aldonis, and to maintain a deep cover. You head to the Citadel, don't you?
Yes.
The recap is Varys is fragile. He hid in a broom closet. He's safe. His unseen servant took measures to protect him. The one that operates his chair. And with a hug, he assures you they weren't there long enough to do any serious damage. He's safe and deeply sorry. You didn't know Will that well. But he wants to stand in the balcony of Breach Hill with you for a moment. Take some peace. And think about it. As you make your way up the stairs, he's guided by his magic equipment. And he looks out. Many of these trees were planted some years ago. Far off in the distance, you can see plumes of smoke from Breach Hill in this early spring day. The party kind of goes their own way. Sailix, you expect to see Rune soon, perhaps Waldorf. What you don't expect is to see a familiar ship in the distance, in flight. Markings on the side. Phoenix, a symbol written in Celestial. You asked for the Phoenix Guard. They arrived in turn, it seems. Rune, you make way to your manor. What scene? Jen.
Okay. So as Rune opens the door to his manor, he gets bombarded by confetti. And then as he blinks from that, a giant thing of glitter pours on his head. When he opens his eyes, Vesperin is reclining casually against the back wall. There is a large banner that simply says, "I'm smarter than you," in big letters. And she looks like this.
A very
That's a bit too
battered,
much.
a very
Hang on a
battered
minute.
room.
Go ahead.
This girl.
Patch. The patch that was once over his eye has been sort of torn away. Underneath is just this pupilless glowing eye that wisps of smoke and ice and fire all at once. There is a distinct line down the center of his face. One half of his skin just looking burnt. As he just accepts all of the confetti and glitter and looks at the Vesperin. I may have made a mistake. As he collapses.
Oh God!
Tonight, guys. In fact, in that party, Rune didn't get the chance to see Poppy holding a cake there, as that was sort of for the teleportation. But yeah, that's where we'll pick off. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a fantastic time. Let's have character outros. Starting with Daniel.
Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I played Sailix Pathfinder today, and I got to kill a dragon, which was amazing. Secret Orbital, hopefully you call a amazing time with the prize you got. But do check back on our YouTube in 1 week. This episode will be uploaded there. And you can definitely go back and relive all the epic moments of him taking shots of hot sauce. Rune's epic moment of killing a dragon, and Aghi's many moments of rolling ones, Dwarf almost dying, and Rune's sanctuary, and the harmony moment between Sailix and Alhamis, because he does that. Definitely go check it out in 1 week.
James.
Hi guys, my name is James. You can find me on Twitter at JamesRGlass. Do not forget to give us a shout out and check us out on patreon.com at patreon.com/pennyforatale. And come back next week on Sunday to find out what the hell we're going to do now that we killed a freaking dragon. That was awesome.
Yes.
And yeah, no, I totally was not expecting to make it out of that alive. So.
Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I played the Vesperin, and while it was amazing wrapping up the story and the dragon fight was epic, I've been planning trolling this wizard for like 4 or 5 game sessions. So yep. I was most proud to have that come off. Hashtag bless. I want to say that the Penny for a Tale crew is bringing to life L'Ingrandino, which is going to be Necropunk, the Italian tabletop RPG. There will be a Kickstarter for it in April. All of us are contributing in various ways, from artwork to design to, translation. So please, 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 get hyped for it and back it when it comes out on Kickstarter.
Yes. Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. I played Aghi tonight. That did nothing but roll ones. But it's okay. I'm not salty. It was still fun to watch Rune slay a dragon. It was so hard. But thank you, chat, for all of those hero points. I'm pretty sure I got more than 10.
Yes.
So it was great. Real quick, our season, we have Call of Cthulhu by RQ Staffin, who's been in the chat tonight, giving the last episode of his Hour to Reno episode. And then on Wednesday, we have World Build Pope with Brotherhood of Shadows. It is a Song of Ice and Fire TTRPG. Absolutely amazing. The cast is great. And you will love every minute of it. And then we also have the Trudvang Chronicles premiering this week, I believe. You guys will be surprised with that. It will be absolutely amazing, but I won't reveal more until it comes out. And then we're going to be back with Age of Ashes, so make sure to tune in, and it will be absolutely amazing.
Sense.
Hi guys, I'm Spence. It's great to be back in gaming with all of these fantastic people, even for just one or two episodes. But I'm so glad, especially because it was on Daniel's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy! You can catch me on Weave the Tale on Thursdays on the Mora RPG, and also I'm podcasting Weaver's Circle, which is the companion podcast for both Penny for a Tale and Weave the Tale. We will be interviewing Ian soon about this fantastic campaign at episode 50. Congratulations, everybody. And you can find out more about me and all the other million things that I do at resonantmoon.com.
Mr. Smith, Dragon Slayer.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. You can typically catch me hanging around our Discord on the Penny Network, so feel free to go check that out. We here at the Penny for a Tale channel would always love a follow if you're so interested to catch these episodes again on the regular. Definitely give us a subscribe if you want to support the channel as a whole. If you're looking for me specifically, I can be found on Twitter at Mr_Smith or IamMrSmith.com. But the really important message for the evening is happy birthday, Daniel.
Thank you.
I'll drink to that.
That's the big. They didn't know. Yes. By the way, all right.
That
I hope everyone
explains the
enjoyed.
echo, but also you jerks.
That's the blue light. All right. Well, that's all I have. Okay. So we are starting what I guess I have to call a short form improvisational module. I'm calling it Turning Seas. It will be 5 episodes, split up a little bit, and they're going to be quite interesting. It'll be a little bit of everything, divided cleanly. It will start on Sunday. It will continue as the Age of Ashes Adventure Path, as an injection